morning, friends. I am Digvijay Dada Saib Dhere, working as an assistant professor, Department of English, Sarasri Chhatrapati Shahu College, Kolhapur. Today, in this lecture, we have to discuss postmodern drama in English literature. The term modernism and postmodernism are well known to literary readers. On the other hand, pretty confusing as well. So here goes a precise and straight talk on modern and postmodern plays. What is the basic difference between modern and postmodern drama? Modern plays thrived as a self-conscious break from conventional artistic forms, stepping on naturalistic and realistic principles in the late 19th and early 20th century in Europe. Modern dramatic themes derived from soaring technological progresses, isolating urban life, changes among social classes, and the leap from agrarian to an industrial economy. Henry Gibson, 1828 to 1906, the father of modern realism, George Bernard Shaw, 1856 to 1950, a brilliant satirist of social problems, and Eugene O'Neill, 1888 to 1953, revolutionary in style, came up with social and psychological issues rather than just happenings. Their subject matter and forms confronted rather than coaxed. Psychological issues rather than just happening. Their subject matter and forms confronted rather than coaxed. Later, postmodern plays flourished in the mid 20th century in Europe, focusing the failure of absolute truth, rising questions rather attempting solutions, standing for the theater of the absurd, a dismissal of realism as well as the concept of well-made play. Sociopolitical history had a bombastic impact on the formation of literary genres. World War I unraveled a new path to new literary experiments like Expressionism, Surrealism, Dadaism, Freud's psychoanalytical theories, avant-garde movement, and existentialism. Modernism added uh, sometimes it occurs at the ended with World War II, and the era of postmodernism began as a reaction against the modernism termed as the theater of the absurd. Samuel Beckett, 1906 to 1989, Jean Genet, 1910 to 1983, Eugene Ionesco, 1909 to 1994, are the lamp bearers of absurd drama. Earlier plays focus on three unities of Greek theatre, where fate plays a pivotal role in the action of the drama. Other earlier plays focus on three unities, that is the earlier part in the plays. Other earlier genres and features were morality plays, mask-like drama with restoration in the romances, tragic plots by protagonists in the tragedies, and the comedies with happy ending in the Renaissance age. By protagonist in the tragedy and the comedy with happy ending in the Renaissance age, modern and postmodern contradicts by breaking the three unities action, time, and place, where fate is replaced by human choice, free will, ridiculing the melodrama or well made plays, prioritizing the form rather than action, portraying life and world as chaotic and futile. New forms emerged in these periods, which are considered the bricks of modernism and postmodernism. These are expressionism. It arose as a reaction against materialism and rapid mechanization, aiming at subjective emotions rather objective reality through distortion, exaggeration, or jarring application of formal elements. August Strindberg, Frank Wedekind, notable forerunners of expressionist drama, and outside Germany, the noteworthy name in this field is Eugene O'Neill. Second, Surrealism. It is the artistic bridge between reality and imagination, overcoming the contradictions of conscious and subconscious by creating unreal and bizarre stories full of juxtaposition. Freudian ideas of free association steer readers away from societal influence and open up the individual mind. It compels readers to reveal the subconscious meaning. Third movement is Dadaism. It is a form of artistic anarchy that challenges the social, political, and cultural values of that time. The great paradox of Dada is that it is anti art, anti establishment. Art is alive to the moment, not paralyzed by the traditions or restrictions of established value. Fourth movement is avant-garde. Experimental theater, also known as avant-garde theater, which began with Alfred Jarry and Ubu plays, opposing bourgeois theater, introducing a different use of language. It encourages playwrights to make society or viewers change their attitudes, values, and beliefs on an issue through representing real life by merging strange and disturbing forms. For instance, Antonin Artaud's theater of cruelty, eventually leading to the theater of absurd. And the last movement is existentialism. The mid 20th century philosophy of Jean-Paul Sartre, existence precede essence, focuses on man's complete freedom to determine on existence. Decisions forms existences which do not occur without extreme stress or struggle. Writers like Kierkegaard, Nietzsche, Camus, Dostoevsky, and Kafka are the pillars of existentialism. In postmodern drama, we get the focus on social issues, impact of World War II, and the alienation life of common people. Gaps between modern and postmodern plays, knowing the pioneers, Henry Gibson, 1828 to 1906, the father of modern realism. This Norwegian playwright adapted themes concentrating more on man versus society, leaving romanticism aside, focusing on political and social problems. Permanent plays Pierre Gynt, 1876, A Doll's House, 1879, Hedda Gabler, 1891, George Bernard Shaw, 1856 to 1915, a modern satirist of social problems. Shaw focuses on ideas and issues, for instance, Widower Houses, 1892, on slum landlordism, The Philanderer, and Mrs. Warren's Profession, 1893, a jab at the Victorian attitude towards prostitution. Arms and the Man, 1994, satirizing romantic attitude toward love and war. Samuel Beckett, 1906 to 1989, the 1969 Literature Nobel laureate. He is the groundbreaking playwright, one of the key writers of the theater of absurd. Special feature in his plays, polarities of characters, foil characters, Didi Gogo, Ham Claw, Pozo Lucky, Nagnil, Crab present and past voice. Bizarre location and repetitive multi-layer meanings of language are also striking weapons of Beckett's plays. His plays focus the absurd position of human in the universe leading to no resolution in the end. Well-known plays Waiting for Godot 1952, Endgame 1957, Crab's Last Step 1958, Happy Days 1960, Act Without Words 1965, Not I 1972. Now the last uh, playwright is Harold Pinter 1930 to 2008, the master of pregnant pause. Silence is communication, an integral element of linguistic function, says Pinter. Sequences of ridiculous series, verbal barrages, chaos, but also rhythmic silences are his idiosyncratic style. Most common sight in his play is the visit of outsiders as intruders and protagonists often as extraterrestrial beings. His famous plays are well-known plays The Room 1957, The Birthday Party 1959, The Caretaker 1960, The Dumb Waiter 1960, The Homecoming 1965. Now these are the famous writers of postmodern drama in English literature, and their work reflect the social problems of postmodern human life in English literature. Thank you for your great support.